just sometimes want a different perspective on something that's going on in your life. Whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and whatever aspect of your life it might be, whether it's love life, sex life, home life, professional life, we're all going to come up against challenges, difficulties, stresses. And actually having somebody objective who comes at it with a very different perspective could be useful. Or someone who can challenge you, question you, absolutely encourage you, but just ask you that pertinent question, bring a different spin on it. So that's what I'm here to do. Over the coming weeks and months, I'm going to be posting here, really, I guess, a catalogue, a distillation of 30 years of personal growth, spiritual exploration, and professional growth, both from myself, from my perspective of 30 years of self-employment, and also all the many, many clients that I've worked with over the years, because they have informed a lot of the wisdom that I'll be sharing with you. I really want to give you the benefit of what I've learned. Some of my fuck-ups, of which there are many, failures, just things I have understood about the way life works, and that has been quite informed by an interest in spirituality, and we'll kind of talk more about what I mean by that, but how things work. And some of the wisdom is old, it's been around for thousands of years, but it is as relevant today because it just speaks to the human psyche. It does not change. Human beings react in similar ways, have similar motivations, similar stresses. They might manifest differently nowadays, but a lot of that wisdom is really useful. So I just want to share all of that journey with you so that you can use it in a way that works for you. What Sassy Godmother is not is... I absolutely hate the word guru. I think it's so overused, and I'm certainly not a guru. And also the other thing to bear in mind is that, you are not broken. This is not about fixing you, because you're not broken. Oh my goodness, I remember years and years ago working with a guy, a guru, supposedly personal development guru, who, really reliably told me that, I was broken and he was going to help fix me. And at the time I was quite taken in by it. I thought, oh goodness, yes, I need fixing. And it really wasn't until after the event that I started reflecting on it, and I thought, who the fuck do you think you are to tell me that? Turned out he was a class A arsehole. Yeah, we're not about fixing you because you're not broken. I'm not even about... I use the word self-help carefully because I honestly don't think there is this magic silver bullet to personal development. 5 easy steps to change your life and make everything perfect. That's bullshit. This life of ours is a journey. It's an ongoing journey. We're all messy, imperfect, works in progress, and beautiful works in progress. What I do believe in is that you will be more happy and robust and resilient if you develop a stronger relationship with yourself. In the book that I've written, which will be coming out in the autumn, I talk about your true nature, and it really is about getting back to your true nature, understanding what that is, and basically just hanging out with yourself a little bit more and developing a stronger foundational relationship with yourself. And the problem we've got nowadays in society is just not set up now to help you or encourage you to do that. I mean, if you think of the amount of distractions, the amount of noise, and when I say noise, I mean both sort of physical noise and also mental chatter. I mean, social media can be a wonderful thing, but my God, comparison can be so detrimental. And that's something I never had to worry about when I was growing up. It didn't exist. Immense amount of things pulling you in all these directions, lots and lots of people trying to tell you what to do, trying to influence you. And you can really lose yourself in all of that. You can really get lost in all of that noise, in all of that chatter. And some of it may come from outside, maybe external, and some of it obviously comes from our own internal chatter. So it really is harder than ever now to actually carve out time to be with yourself and to develop that stronger relationship with yourself. But that is a lot of what we will talk, not all, obviously not all what we'll talk about, but it does form a bit of a foundation. The role of Sassy Godmother is to really give you the benefit of my journey and tell you what's worked, what hasn't worked, give you some spiritual wisdom and let you just take it and use it in whatever way works for you. I've been a coach for 30 odd years, and it's interesting because sometimes, you know, what I think might work doesn't work for my clients. And so it really is take this and use it in the way that you know will work for you because of the way you are, because of your journey, because of your experience, because of where you're at. And who is the Sassy Godmother? Good question. Well, I'm not your mother, stating the bleeding obvious. I love the godmother concept. I love the godmother archetype. I've always thought what a special relationship you can have with a godmother, because she isn't your mother. She's coming at it from an objective view. You know, she's removed from it, but she's still someone who cares deeply for you and who's probably been chosen by your parents in the true sense of the word. Now, I was lucky enough to have 3 godmothers. I'm not quite sure. Well, I know how it worked. I was given 2 at birth, and then my 3rd godmother, who decided when I was, 13, 14, that she wanted to become my godmother. So we went through the religious ceremony and we did all that. And it was the start of a wonderful relationship. And it was interesting because I could talk to my godmother about things that I couldn't talk to my mother about. Sex and men and, you know, all that sort of stuff. My mother was a little bit old-fashioned and a little bit embarrassed about talking about stuff like that. I used to go out for lunch with my godmother and we'd get a little bit pissed and just have a bit of a giggle. And it was a very different relationship and one I really, really valued. You know, when thinking about this, I thought, yeah, actually, the godmother is a wonderful archetype, someone who has your back, you know, someone who's there to support you. I will challenge you, but I will encourage you, and I absolutely have your best interests at heart. In terms of who I am, yeah, I'm in my racing towards my 60s with great gusto and quite a lot of sass, and I've lived an interesting life. I would say I've been around the block a few times. I've got lots of grey hairs to prove it and a pile of t-shirts. But I've also done some pretty interesting stuff. And more importantly, probably, I've met some very interesting teachers And I've put myself on lots and lots of courses all over the world, doing all sorts of interesting, wacky, from the wacky to the conventional. And I've had some very extraordinary experiences in places like Egypt, in the Great Pyramid, tarantula on the hand, in the course of hypnosis and NLP, shamanism, gone from the very creative sort of energy work right through to more conventional impact, confidence, assertiveness, charisma, that sort of showing up kind of those skill sets. So there's a huge toolkit here to share with you. And that's what we'll be doing over the coming weeks and months, is unpacking all these different topics and things that we as women are challenged by, and how we can overcome those and actually grow as a community. What would be great is if you are able to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll find me also on Instagram at Sassy Godmother, and the website. Now, the website, if you sign up to the website, www.thesassygodmother.com, I produce something called the monthly pearl drop. So that's monthly pearls of wisdom. It's one thing for you to bear in mind for the coming month. So if you want to sign up to that, you'll get your monthly pearl drops into your inbox, and perhaps leaving you with one thing. If you were to think of one way that you could create a better relationship with yourself, what would that one thing be? So what is one thing you could do differently to create a better, stronger relationship with yourself? Now, it might be something you need to start doing, or it might be something you need to stop doing. And perhaps think about, what is stopping you from doing that? So I would really like to hear your comments. Put your comments on the YouTube channel, and we can discuss in future editions. Watch this space. Please like and subscribe, and come back for more Pearls of Wisdom.